So what are we waiting for? Opportunity's moving, time has passed, and we better hit it. One chance, one shot to give it all we've got. Keep sitting here, we're gonna miss it. But honestly, do we even remember what we're doing down here? Do we still believe in our God who brought life and light? Do we even care? After all, He passed us the torch, but we'd rather just toss it in our basement like a heater, let it warm our emotions and leave it there. It's like we've lost our desperate love, our obsession. With Christ, we can do anything, but all we want is to retire. We've been given talent, but what's the point if we don't inspire? And God's given us the spark of life, but what's it matter when we refuse to catch fire? Come on, it's time we wake up. We've abandoned the call of our heart in exchange for all the world offers. What's it going to take for us to get fed up with drifting, with just existing, and with living buried under the world's covers? Where are the dreamers, lovers, and warriors? I thought we were supposed to be them, but if we are, then why are we dormant? Why are we indifferent? Why? If we are reborn and called to ignite the world with hope, are we so distant? Maybe it's because we're afraid. We think we're too young, too old, too weak, too broken, that we're nothing. But those are lies. Really, when do we start thinking God's power to protect us is greater in our living room than in the center of His calling? And what great prayers do we pray? God, please fix our lives and make us comfortable. Now leave. We'll call again when we can't take the heat. And we wonder why we don't see God at work. Maybe it's because it takes no miracle to stay asleep. It sounds insane, doesn't it? How crazy do you have to be to sacrifice a life of comfort for one that's hard and out of your control? It's a fair question, but here's a better one. What does it profit us to gain the whole world, yet lose our soul? Because the truth is backwards for what we all think. Live for ease, and you only grow weaker. Live for safety, and fear only strangles you tighter. Live for comfort, and agitation only goes deeper. But lose your life to Christ, and you'll find it. I mean, after all, everyone dies, but not everyone truly lives. And desperate for true life, we chase everything we can think of. But we feel empty no matter what. And why? Because we aren't here to fill our lives with the world, but to ignite the world with God's love. So come on, what are we waiting for? One chance, one shot. To love with all we've got. Time to wake up and inspire. Jesus brought the spark. It's time we bring the fire. In high school, there were two things that I was afraid of maybe more than anything else. And that was people's rejection and the idea of arriving at death someday without having ever truly lived in the first place. And at 16 years old, I remember finding myself so desperate for the truth behind what it took to be free of that acceptance-driven life that I lived. And if there's more to life than just existing, what is it? That I set out on a high school-long project to interview 500 different Christ-following leaders from across the United States and across the world to help me find the answers to my questions. And it was eventually the truth that I found through that journey that was the reason for why I wrote Bring the Fire. And it's my story and what I found through it. And I hope you enjoy it and that you're inspired and challenged by it to not only catch fire with the spark that God's given you, but to bring that fire to the world. See you on the other side.